Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you gotta take a stand, you don't have to hide. You hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be the man, I can't let it slide. I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American, fight for what's right, fight for your life.
Oh, yeah.
I've been strong for right and wrong. It don't take control for very long. I have something deep inside of me. Courage is the thing that keeps us free. I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American.
What are we doing? Yo, what's going on, man? NXT is over. It's Tuesday Night Rage, usually a little bit late tonight, so it's late night vibe. You can call this After Dark. We're bringing back the After Dark show here on the Joe Cronin Show. It's After Dark. It's the post show. I don't know. It's whatever we want it to be honest. How's everybody doing? Watched a little bit of the NXT tonight. Watched a little bit of the debate tonight. Which one did you choose? Did you choose NXT? Or did you choose the debate? Which one did you choose? I wouldn't blame you if you watched both of them. Wouldn't blame you if you didn't watch either. Wouldn't blame you if you watched one or the other or whatever. I get it. Either way. I thought Vance versus WalZ was pretty good. I thought the two of them really were pretty good. Just to throw it in. I'm not going to dive into really politics tonight, so I'm not really going to get too far. I don't think we're going to get too much into it. But what I will say is this. I thought that they debated really. It was a nice debate. I actually liked it. It reminded me of the old days when two guys who disagreed with each other. It was a throwback debate tonight. If you didn't watch the debate, I'll tell you if you're an American. It was a throwback debate tonight where both guys kind of talked about what they might agree on, talked about what they disagree on. Both guys maybe bent the truth a little bit. Both guys were a little bit dishonest, but also honest. Both guys were fairly cordial to each other. You know, there's a little bit of a heat that shows up at one point, but you know, for the most part, I think both guys were much more in like debate PR mode where they were like, I love you. No, I love you. No, I think we could agree on this, you know, but, you know, you think this and I think that. Well, that's not what I said. I said this and that's how I feel. Like it was a very chill, you know, debate. But it was like a throwback debate to the type of debates that we used to see back in the day in America, where, listen, both guys kind of had to lie a little bit. Both guys had to kind of pretend like they loved each other a little bit. Both guys had to seemingly be honest at times with each other a bit. Both guys had to sometimes admit, you know, they might not know everything. Like it was a very strange situation, like because we haven't seen this in a while. We haven't seen a normal, a normal debate in a while, sort of, between two people. Do you know what I mean? So, there you go. What did you guys think of NXT? Which was better, the debate or NXT? You might have liked one over the other. You might have not watched one. I don't know. You could do whatever you want. It's a new month. It's October. A lot of crazy stuff's going on today. We got the missiles in Iran Israel under attack with those missiles, over a couple hundred, 400 maybe. We got the debate tonight. We got the port is closed. They're on strike. Get that fucking toilet paper ready, folks. Get that toilet paper stocked up pretty good because guess what? We're all in trouble. You think you're going to be getting certain things? If you're waiting for something at the port, you're in trouble because it ain't coming because the port is closed. They are striking. They want 77% increase in pay. To my knowledge, these people make over $100,000 each at least, if not more, like $400,000 in some cases. I don't know if that's fully true. I haven't checked the facts on that. But from what I understand, and if I'm wrong, then I'd back this up. I'd backtrack on this. But I believe most of those workers get paid over $120,000. And they want a 77% increase. Now, I'm down with giving them more money because everybody needs more money right now. There's no doubt about it. If you're working those port hours, 10-hour shifts a day, 5 to 6 days a week, and you're making $100,000, $120,000 a year, that's pretty damn good. But it would be nice to see those people at this point. They haven't had a pay increase in a while. With those companies making the amount of income that they're making, it'd be nice to see those wages go up a little bit, just like everything should be going up in wages-wise, as long as the company's making an increased profit, right? It makes sense. But, they're unionized, so, giving them an extra 20% would be, I think, 100% reasonable. Giving them an extra 33% was already agreed upon by the companies for the union, but they are asking for a 77% pay increase, and that is going to kill us for sure. So it is going to kill us for sure. This country is in trouble over the next couple of months. If this does not, it's already going to be in trouble if this lasts even a couple of more days. It's going to put us behind every 2 days that they are not loading those docks and those ports. That will start to go up incrementally, right, in increments. So a 2-day break is going to cost you about 2 weeks. And if you get to a week or 2-week break, that could cost you and back you up months. Now, we've already had months of backup after COVID and all that sort of stuff. And if this continues to happen, we're going to be right back in the same delay situation of production and delivery that we had before. Do you know what I'm saying? So, D. Welsh, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? We are not in trouble, Joe. Stop. It's made in the U.S. It's called Amazon. What are you talking about? D. Welsh, what are you saying it's made in the USA? We're talking about all the imports coming in. Do you know how much stuff comes into the U.S. from outside the U.S.? What's made on Amazon? What are you talking about? Oh, please, D. Welsh, don't do this to me, bro. You're going to have to call the show because you can't say something like that. That doesn't make sense to me. What are you talking about? We're talking about materials for constructing items that are made in the USA. I got news for you, brother. A lot of the stuff that's made in the USA, the parts come from outside the USA. They're coming from those ports. We're talking about tons of cars that get assembled or that get delivered. They're all coming from those ports. Toilet paper, paper towels, most of it's made in the U.S. A lot of it is made in the USA now. But Welsh, a lot of it, there's a lot of paper towel and toilet paper production in the U.S. right now, but that's only because of COVID and all these shops and machine and warehouses opened up during COVID because there was an opportunity for businesses to make money and they created their own toilet paper companies. But dude, the United States of America had shipping issues. So we were all short of toilet paper for months. Do you not remember that? Or Wegmans is fully loaded with toilet paper? Yeah, they were fully fucking loaded with toilet paper before the pandemic too. What the fuck are you talking about? Our warehouses are fully stocked? Yes, they're fully stocked. But in 2 months, they won't be. Most of our stuff comes from overseas, Welsh. What are you talking about? How in the world did we run out of toilet paper during COVID if the warehouses are fully stocked? I don't think you know how this works, Welsh. I got to be honest based on your comments. I love you, brother. I hate to disagree with you, bro. But now the reason why, though, that we won't be, I'll tell you why we won't be in as much trouble as we will be or as we would be during COVID is because we're still getting goods on the West Coast. We're still bringing in some goods in the southern area, and we're still bringing in goods in other ports in other areas and air and trucks and things like that. But it will catch up in a couple of weeks for sure, and we'll have a problem. You know, people said that we were D. Welsh. People said we were freaking out during COVID too, and then everybody was out of stuff. So, you know, Australia ran out of toilet paper first, right? So D. Welsh, what I'm finding out is you're upset at people getting upset that they don't have products. So D. Welsh, you don't like it when people get upset that they don't have products. So you want me to not talk about how we might not have products. So you're just a person that says, well, you know, this sucks, but I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, I don't know what kind of crazy pills you're on, Welsh, but during COVID, we ran out of things, just so you know. We ran out of, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican, Democrats and Republicans ran out of toilet paper, and they were angry about it during COVID. You are going to run out of stuff, again, if the port doesn't open up pretty quickly. And you're going to see a price increase on many items if the port doesn't open up pretty quickly. So let's pretend that there won't be any shortages, right, Welsh? Let's pretend that there's no shortages. What you will have is a price increase. So that's going to happen too. So your costs are going to go up. Now, I don't have a lot of money myself right now, so I'm going to be in some serious shit if the price of shit goes up. Luckily, I have a decent stock of toilet paper because I always overstock toilet paper and towels. I always do. When COVID happened, I was not affected by the toilet paper thing because first of all, to be honest, when COVID happened, I had money. I had money when COVID happened. It wasn't until a year after COVID that my life started breaking down, and part of it was because of COVID. But I had a stocking of paper towels and toilet paper. I had a 3-month supply of paper towels and toilet paper. And that's not because I ran out and I bought a million things because I knew this was happening. It's because I always have an overstock because I don't like shopping for it. And I always keep an overstock of water, food, paper towels, seeds, and stuff like that. Just from the past, I always, I have a little bit of a prepper all of a sudden, even though I wasn't ever like a Republican or like a prepper person. But I did have a little bit of prep because I've got a family. We're kind of out here. And I'm like, well, I'm prepared for 3 months of, in case something were to happen, I have 3 months of shit. Could I do that today? No. I could never go and buy 3 months of shit right now. I don't even have enough money for this week's shit. You know what I mean? I've got like $70. That's it. But like back in 2020, I had like, 10 grand in the bank, and I would buy things, ahead of time and to keep it and to be prepared as a leader of my family and shit like that. But, now I'm a fucking loser. But, at the time I had it. So like we didn't run out of toilet paper. And in fact, I delivered stuff to other people. There were nursing homes. There were local nursing homes around my area that ran out of oxygen meters, that ran out of blood pressure machines, and they needed all of this equipment and supplies. And I still had access from back in the day when I used to be a distributor and I had a website, and it never worked out and I gave up on it after a year. But I still had my deals with the distributors for the prices that I had. And if you went online to buy an oximeter or like some of those blood pressure machines, they were sold out everywhere in masks. They were sold out everywhere on most things, eBay, Amazon, whatever. But you know who still had them was some of the warehouses that were super overstocked from my distributor. And they were putting caps on how much stuff you could buy, but it was still at a decent price. Like, it was still at a really good price. And at the time, you know, like I said, I had a chunk of money in the bank. So I went on there, and bro, it was so crazy that I was able to purchase these things. I was able to purchase blood pressure machines. Blood pressure machines on eBay and Amazon or whatever, they were like $50 to $100. I think the cheapest ones now, I think you can find them now for pretty cheap, like $29.99, something like that. But they had them on this website. You could get a box of oximeters or whatever they are, where they just a finger touch. They go over your finger, tell you your blood oxygen levels and stuff like that. They really need those a lot for people having breathing problems, had COVID. This is the beginning of COVID in March, April, May. You know, February, March, April, May, when people were starting to realize there was a problem, and then they started to run out of stuff, and they needed beds, and there was so many people in the hospitals and shit. So I saw a woman's post, and she was like a local nurse, and she was like, we're out of, if anybody has anything around the house or whatever or extra, like, we need help. And I was like, she's like, I'm a health aide, something like a health aide, where she travels to multiple nursing homes throughout the area in different towns around my area. And she's like, I'm assigned to like 8 places, and they're all fucked basically. And each place could use anything. So I went in the distributor, and dude, the prices were crazy. I could buy 10 blood pressure machines for like $5 a piece. Do you know what I mean? $5 a piece for 10. And then you could buy 25 box of oximeter things, and those were like $29 or something like that. It was like 50 cents each. It was crazy. And I was like, this, holy shit. And I still had access to my distributor stuff, and they were still shipping it. So I just went in, boom, 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 and I bought a bunch of shit. And guys, I only spent like $300. I mean, obviously I couldn't do that now. I'm like fucking poor. But like back in March, I had 10 grand in my bank. So I spent $300. I got all this shit shipped to my house, and I gave it to her, and she was like, she was fucking floored. I didn't even give her all of them. I went to other nursing homes because she's like, we don't need all that, but I definitely, like, half of it. I think she took half of it, almost all the blood pressure machines. And, like, that allowed these people that needed machines to just keep one in their room for each patient, and then when the patient moved out, they could clean them off for somebody else. But, like, it allowed it so they didn't have to keep swapping it because they didn't know how, you know, COVID worked yet, and how, you know, it stays on stuff and whatever. And so everybody got their own thing. So, like, that was crazy, but that's how, like, but these people had this shit, and on Amazon and eBay, all the prices were going way up, price gouging, and then they were out of the shit. I bought masks as well. I did give her masks, actually, too. There was some masks. There wasn't a lot of masks, but there was a good amount. Like, there was a lot of shit that, like, and it was still all there on the distributing sites, and I don't know why they capped it, but they had plenty of it, but they started running out. And then they ran out, like, I think it was a couple weeks later, they fucking ran out everywhere. Everything was gone. So, like, don't forget how bad it can be. Now, this is different. There's not a pandemic and whatever, but this is going to cause delays, issues, and it certainly is going to cause prices to go up. It's not a Democrat or Republican thing, Welsh. It's not about that. It's not about freaking out about panic. Yeah, you don't need to panic like crazy. We don't know yet how badly this is going to affect everything, but you should be alert about it. You don't need to panic and go buy 10 bags of toilet paper tonight. But I would have a couple. I would have enough for 2 weeks. I mean, I don't recommend everybody runs out and buys everything for like 7 months, but I do recommend, hey man, if you're running low on toilet paper right now, you should go buy some toilet paper, and then you should probably buy one more at least so you have that backup, or tomorrow go buy another one, or next week make sure you buy it again. Just make sure you got enough. That's all. You don't have to go there and buy the whole thing up. Don't be a piece of shit. But like, if there's stuff you really, really need, you know, buy an extra one. That's all. Just buy an extra one, because you're going to need it. It's going to happen. So, I mean, most of us probably don't need to, but, you know, if you really rely on something, you would be, you know, If you medications and shit like that, make sure you go and get your medications when you need them. Don't put it off. I'm not saying anything. Nothing might happen. I don't know. But like right now, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. So just stop eating. Yeah, just stop eating, you know. It's okay. Let's go to the donations.
Come on out, you rapist!
Oh, we're gonna get to CM's junk. We got CM Junk's Triple H and HBK staring at CM Punk's junk. We got Chief Wahoo becoming a member again. Thank you, Chief Wahoo. And if you guys can, obviously it's the first of the month, so we lose some patrons every first of the month. I thank you guys so much to everybody who re-upped their pledges on Patreon. Please, man, we really need your help on Patreon for sure. So if you want to, plus you get thousands of bonus of content, like tons of shit. There it is in the chat. Patreon, sign up.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Yeah, you can suck it.
They were like toys for us.
They were like toy for us. They were like a toy for us. Joe Bishop, what's up, dude? They were like a toy for us. We had a couple of donations earlier that did not play. I will play those as well. Yo, Joe Bishop, thank you for the $9. Joe with the biggest dono of the stream so far. Let's talk about CM's junk. There it is. Now, I'm trying to figure out, this could be real. You know, I don't know. That could be it. That could be legitimately it. I'm not 100% if that's real. It could be.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
Hi there. Hello.
Hey there.
My reference number is 327,890-4. I'm having trouble connecting to the main portal for the donation tab to Gay Black Lovers. I hope my payment
God.
is going to the right server. I could show you.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I think you got the wrong guy, brother. Just pour myself some more coffee here. Hold on. We're drinking a lot of coffee here tonight. Look at that package right there. God, look at him. Look at it grow. I mean, you know, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, you know, they got a pretty good look there at CM Junk, you know. I don't blame him. I got to be honest. I don't blame him.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
My name is Vivek Lashleen. I'm a 23-year-old black queer man. I was referred to this dating service site from Jack Nance. I'm employed and available on Fridays.
What
Click
the?
my name for more information. I look forward to meeting new grad.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. They would like a toy for us. Thank you, sir, for that donation. Joe Bishop, Chief Wahoo, and Black Quee. Thank you for the donations. Good God. Okay. Well, I can't believe I'm on the air tonight. It's unbelievable. But yeah, probably one of the better moments, right, of the show. Let's go back and listen to a little bit.
What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I think you should definitely do it. Okay. But no, hey, Sean, no. I told him not to. This, we can't have this. Take that ridiculous thing off. That's brutal. No, not the shorts.
I don't know. Like, do you think that this is really his junk, or do you think they stuffed something in there? Now, I think they stuffed something in there for sure. I don't even think it's close. I think the people asking that question are ridiculous. I mean, that's not... I mean, it looks really good, but I don't think so. It's just sticking out way too much. Like, that's crazy. You would have seen this in his wrestling tights before. Like, if this was his real junk, you would see this in his wrestling tights. You know what I mean? Normally. You know? Like that's not his thing. You know, if that was his thing, though, bro, oh, man, he would be, I mean, that would be digging, and like that would be filling her up, you know? You talk about filling her up, that would fill her up, you know? But I've seen him in tons of tiny shorts and then weird things everywhere, and that don't look like that. I mean, even, that's not a hard cock either, you know? It looks like one, though, but they definitely stuffed something in there. Probably, the idea that they actually probably put a small dildo in there is weird, by the way. But that's probably what that is. I don't think that's real. Because I've just seen him wrestle before. That would stick out. I'd be like, wow, look at, man, CM Punk's loaded, you know. But so I don't think that that's real. But that's funny. I like it. But damn, if that was really him, I'd feel like that is not mine. I'll tell you that. That's like that looks to me like, when you look at this looks like I want to say, like, because it looks limpish, that looks like full, like when it's full on, that would be an 8 or 9 incher, and it would be one of the thickest I've seen, and like a very thick one. So you're talking about the perfect, like this would be the perfect cock, you know. And I just don't think he has the perfect cock. I think he's got a, you know, I think he's got a 6 to a 7, and it's very regular, you know. That's what I think. And trust me, I stare at his balls all the time, so I know this stuff. Trust me, brother. But, you know, that's right. That's what Triple H and HBK and CM Punk wanted us to do, is talk about his Johnson tonight. So we know it's fake. It's pretty obvious, I think. But some people were debating it. Some women out there probably really wish it was real for whatever reason, but it's not. I'm not rooting against them. Just saying that's, you know. Around this time, 6 years ago, me and Leah were at SmackDown in Boston. My wife had her birthday the other day. This popped up, and I thought about what a nice, you know, what a great time we had in Boston. Look at that clean-shaven face. It's been a while. We had a good time in Boston at that SmackDown. That was the one. I think this was the SmackDown where we were on the opening shot. I wish I could find it. It's somewhere, and I got to remember where it is, man. I got to find it. It's really great because SmackDown starts, and they're like, tonight we're live in Boston, blah, 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 with SmackDown. And they pan into the crowd, and me and Leah, like, put our hands up, and, like, we're all over the TV on that one, and then it zooms back. I'm sure I have it somewhere, but it's great. And, you know, that was so cool, man. Fucking Road Dogg. It was a cool shot to be in with my wife in the opening of SmackDown.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Grab the pecker.
Grab the pecker, Louis Urdaneta. Thanks for the $3, bro. Yeah, you know, really what should have happened is Punk should have tried something smaller. Do you know what I mean? And I think if he had used something smaller, it would have been obviously more believable. And it might have actually, if he'd used something a little smaller, then women would have been looking at it like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, you know? And, but because it was so obviously fake, it's like, oh, now you know it's not that. You know, and what's with all the room there to put it in there, too? So that's not great. But it's funny, and I like it. And shout out to Punk for doing it, because that's a funny, kind of embarrassing, weird thing to do, and they're making fun of this HBK doing it, because HBK came out with a sock stuffed in his pants, if you didn't know. He came out with the tight black pants just like that back in the day when he was the referee, and he stuffed a sock in there, which, you know, they talk about in the DVDs and stuff like that. And, yeah. So I like the throwback. I like the joke, and I think it's great. So I really enjoy it. I think it was funny. Oh, my God. Triple H reportedly tried to bury CM Punk during the feud. What? No, I think that, Triple H is somebody that will forgive anybody, I feel like, obviously. I really do think, I think Triple H understands. I don't know how exactly sincere Triple H is, but he feels like he is. It feels like once Triple H actually loves you or likes you, he'll go to bat for you and he'll enjoy you. And I think you can help him. He's enjoying that. It's a symbiotic relationship. I think that's what matters most to Triple H. So, I don't think that, I think overall Triple H is fine. I think the fact that they're all working together and stuff like that, I think Triple H is kind of appreciates Punk now more than he did back in the day, and I think that CM Punk appreciates Triple H more now than he did back in the day. So I think in the end, the two guys really appreciate each other now and have a much better understanding, and also they can help each other. Triple H can help CM Punk just easily come back, and CM Punk can help Triple H put on a better show. And on top of that, they understand each other a lot more than I think CM Punk understood whatever was going on in AEW. And Triple H understands CM Punk now more than he did when he was here the last time. And what a different situation. I mean, you had Triple H just in the beginning of the come up of, his power in WWE. And there was CM Punk angry at everything and not understanding things and getting done wrong. And, Triple H probably, we know Triple H feels this way when there's somebody who is stepping out of line in the company and not being a company guy. Triple H has that mentality of fuck him if he's not going to do it. The same Triple H mentality that he had towards Bret the Hitman Hart. The same mentality of screw Bret Hart. He doesn't want to do business. We'll do it for him. Same thing with CM Punk when he was here the last time. Triple H probably thought, hey, man, this is what we're doing. If CM Punk doesn't like it, screw him. Who are you? I was rising to the mid-card in WWE, and then because of the click stuff and the curtain call, I got screwed out of all kinds of stuff and put in the doghouse for a year and a half. Who does this guy think he is? I get it. Triple H had that mentality. He's always had that mentality. If they don't play ball, screw you. But I think as Triple H has more power in the company now, and he's starting to be more of a teacher kind of, and he's not really as much in the role as an on-air talent or somebody who's sitting to the left of the powers that be. As he's further removed himself and had to be removed from being a talent himself and being in charge of people, I feel like he's taking a more understanding role. With this guy's not happy, that guy's not happy, I see why, we'll give you some leeway, things like that. Triple H is a little bit more understanding now than he ever has been. But also CM Punk is also more willing to play ball as well. So there's no need for Triple H to feel like, Punk, he's always like this, screw him. He doesn't have that mentality of let me stick up for the boss and everybody in charge because I think this guy's stepping out of line because I'm still kind of like a leader in the locker room of the boys. But he's not like that now. Now he's kind of in charge of everything, feels more like a teacher. So I just think that Triple H takes a much more understanding, approach to things than he used to, where before he might take a more adversarial. Like, okay, you want to step out of line, say you're not going to do a job, say you're going to get mad about this, that, and the other thing. Well, screw you then. We'll take the belt off him and get him out of here. Or put him on the sidelines until he shuts up. Whatever. But that's not really his mentality as much anymore. I'm sure it still is a little bit like, okay, we'll get you. But he's got more leeway for a lot of people. He certainly, obviously, CM Punk has a lot more control, with everything that's going on. But let's never forget that Chris Jericho loves us on this show. Never forget that Chris Jericho loves us. Jericho, we love you, Jericho. Shout out to Chris Jericho. We love him. Y2J, baby. Let's do it.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Appreciate that, man. Love Joe Cronin. There was a great so here's the funny thing.
I know. I love you too, Jericho. We all love you here. I'm telling you, brother, we love you. We love you, bro. We really love you, Jericho. We love Jericho.
So here's the funny thing. I tend to go off on a tangent. So in
You do that all day, baby. It's okay. You can do it.
Joe, appreciate that, man. Love Joe Cronin. There was a great so here's the funny thing.
I love you, Chris. I'm glad you're watching. Cheers to you, brother. I love the shows that Jericho puts on. He should have more people watching him. Could do a better job of promoting that shit over there. Great stories from Jericho. I knew that. I mean, you knew the titles for the most part. I knew the men's title was changing hands tonight. I mean, I think most people knew that. When you go to a new network and a new station, the first night it's really important to like maybe draw people in. And you could argue that maybe the first match should have been a championship match, because what can happen a lot of times with these network changes or these channel changes, or when shows change channels, especially a sports show, especially a wrestling show, when you go to CW and people tune in to, something on the CW, or they're watching it anyway for what's beforehand, and then suddenly wrestling comes on, they go, what is this? Oh man, this is wrestling? This is so interesting or weird. I guess I'm going to watch for a minute. But like after like 10 minutes, if they're not sucked in, they go, oh, this is weird. I'm going to change the channel now. But maybe some people tuned in towards the end and saw the championship match, and then the guy won, and they were like, wow, this is cool. And he won that belt, and like they can understand it, even though they don't know who the wrestlers are, and they don't really know what NXT is maybe, and they know WWE a little bit, but they don't know about NXT. They can experience this guy winning the belt for the first time and be like, oh wow, the belt must have changed hands. He looks excited, and he won the belt, and that's wow. Okay, what's his name again? And like this was kind of cool, and like it feels like, they're part of something exciting kind of, and they're like, when is this on again? I'm gonna watch next week. And then they see the potential come out, and they're like, I know what happened last week. This guy won this belt, and that's the first time potentially. That's the first time potentially that, that they're watching this product and they're getting invested or involved in something. So it's super important to have a big title match for sure on a night like this where they switch over channels. And it's very important, of course, it's even more better if you can switch the championship or have somebody win a vacant belt or something like that, right? All that stuff. So, I don't know. So anyway, I think they were successful with that tonight, because I watched the match and I thought, man, if I was watching this for the first time, I'd be like, that was pretty cool. It was a big arena. It was a lot of people. It felt exciting, that sort of thing. I don't think the whole night was that exciting, but unfortunately, if people didn't make it from beginning to end, they wouldn't have seen that. So they would have had to tune in right around that time, to have seen that. Did they? I don't know. A lot of people like wrestling and will tune in now. Maybe. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the NXT ratings versus what happens with the SmackDown ratings. And we know the SmackDown ratings are probably going to go down because they're on USA Network now, not on Fox. Like, just by default, they're going to get less views on CW, of course, But will NXT get more views on CW? We'll see. So in the end, if the NXT viewership goes up a little bit, but then the SmackDown viewership is going to come down a bit, you're going to be kind of like leveling off at around the same. SmackDown is going to not do as well. And NXT is going to do the same, maybe a little better, maybe I don't know. We'll find that out too. We don't know. That's the answer. We don't know. Again, if you watch the debate tonight, I thought it was a breath of fresh air, kind of. I'm gonna choose to say that if you are a Democrat or a Republican or an independent, you're watching the debate. I'm gonna say one positive thing if you did watch the debate tonight. WalZ and Vance were so much more like a classic debate. They were cordial for the most part. They talked about how each other might agree on certain things. They were it felt like adults for the most part. You know, MSNBC, well, they did kind of lean towards WalZ, obviously. It was kind of gross, but that was the only thing I had a problem with was MSNBC was kind of gross. But besides MSNBC being assholes, gross, weirdos, I mean, they hate white people, but WalZ and Vance both had moments where they sort of bent the truth a little bit. They sort of lied a little bit. They sort of played around a little bit. They got cutesy a little bit, but they answered things pretty well. It felt like an adult debate, you know. And whether you didn't like one guy or like the other guy, one thing was interesting was I felt like it was a real adult debate. It didn't feel like I felt with like Trump and Joe Biden. Joe Biden felt like an out-of-touch dead grandpa. Trump actually came off pretty well in the first debate with Biden. He's a little grandiose and he's Trump, right? So it's a little cartoony. Kamala and Trump was weird because Trump was all over the place and they had Trump acting crazy. They were lying about stuff. Kamala was lying. Kamala was getting him angry. Kamala actually did pretty well, weirdly. But then they lied about stuff for her. Then they gave her all the setups. They fact-checked Trump. They didn't fact-check Kamala. It was so weird. Like, those two debates with Trump and Biden, that was weird. The Kamala and Trump debate was kind of weird. But this felt more normal. It felt more like a normal debate. So if you're somebody out there looking for more normalcy, even if you think WalZ is nuts or you think JD Vance is nuts or you think both of them are kind of nuts or you think like I do that they're each Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like both of them, whatever it was, at least it seemingly felt normal, but you really didn't get anything out of it. The only thing I got out of it was that I'd rather these two guys team up to be president themselves and then have to work with each other to negotiate each other's points and then bring them to a panel where then everybody decides what a compromise we could have to vote on certain things and change things. Do you know what I mean? Like, I almost felt like I'd like to see these two guys actually converse to try to save hey, if you do this, we'll do that. If you do this, I'll do that. And I think this works better. You think that works better? Let's talk about it. So I don't know, bro. I thought this was going to be nuts. I thought this was going to be WalZ was crazy and Vance is lying and they're all just messed up. Anonymous WWE Bad Blood, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. What's going on? So, yeah, if you saw the debate, I mean, that's what I got out of it. I don't think anybody won or lost either way. I thought the two of them had their moments. But whatever. I'm not going to tell you anything else beyond that. I'm not going to go politics on you guys. So, but I'll just say that it felt like it was kind of like an old OG debate where, like, yeah, they're slimy politicians, but they're sort of trying to be cordial to have a debate. So, I don't know. That's what I got out of it. Whatever, though. If you thought, and you can think whichever one won and whatever you think is, that's fine. I'm not saying who won or lost. I'm just telling you that it felt somewhat like a cordial, real debate that was held on hostile grounds for Vance on MSNBC, but it was still pretty cool for that. The Bruins goalie is still holding out on them, so locally I'm in turmoil over here. Well, the Boston Bruins hockey team had two all-star goalies, Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman, and they couldn't keep both of them because both of them were so good that they couldn't keep both of them. But Swayman was the better one towards the end of last year. So they decided to keep Swayman. They cut Ullmark loose to save on the cap. They offer Swayman a ton of money, and guess what? Swayman's turning it down. And now it looks like Swayman isn't going to be on the Boston Bruins. And now the Bruins have no goalie. So I'm going to boycott the NHL season this year if they don't sign him, because I think that they made a massive mistake. It sounds to me like he's a greedy piece of shit, and it sounds to me like they made a huge underestimation by letting Ullmark go before negotiating contracts with one of the two of them. What they should have done was negotiated with Jeremy Swayman first and then cut Ullmark later. I don't know why they couldn't do that. So it is probably, right now, it's looking like one of the most bonehead gaffes in the history of the NHL. Like, it's got to be one of the biggest ones ever. We have 2 number 1 goalies. We think one guy's a little bit better and he's a little bit hotter and he's the guy. But the other guy's really good. But we got to get rid of one of them, and we think this guy will be the top guy because he showed it. He was the star last year. So let's cut Linus Ullmark or trade him or whatever they did. I think they traded him. Let's trade Ullmark and let's pay Swayman. Okay, Swayman, $60 million, 6 years. Let's go. Oh, no, you want more? Oh, you want more and you want more? What about 8 years and $80 million? Nope. Okay. So we're sitting here with a goalie, still no goalie. How does this happen? How does a professional NHL team not sign one of their all-star goalies? And I'm so glad you brought this up. Rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo. Very sad. That's a guy that should have been alive till he was like 90, in my opinion. Dikembe Mutombo, man, was a big part of, my basketball, my history of watching basketball, all our lives. If you're a basketball a fan of the NBA, in the 90s, 80s, 90s, or late 90s too, Dikembe Mutombo was one of the big guys. It's just one of the biggest names. Like, these are names that will live forever for our generation. Anybody that was born before the year 2000, if you're born before the year 2000, you probably remember a lot of the names. Like of course, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Robert Parrish, Dikembe Mutombo, and just so many of those names. Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, obviously, and just like all of these, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant was more towards the end, but but I'd say Kobe was like the last, probably the beginning of the new generation of the legends, as far as NBA goes. But like, he was like the bar. Like, Kobe Bryant was really the bridge between the new generation of NBA from then to now and the older generation of like the Patrick Ewings and, people like that from, Vlade Divac, like all these people. You knew so many NBA players from the 80s and 90s because it was such a big time for that sport. And we lost a lot of people this last week. I mean, last couple of weeks, we've lost so many. It's like everybody's dying. It's crazy. We lost James Earl Jones. We lost James Earl Jones. We lost Pete Rose. Maggie Smith the other day. Dikembe Mutombo. I mean, there's a lot of people. Tito Jackson died. But, I mean, Phil Donahue. But, yeah, it's crazy, man. All these people we grew up with. So, it's just like you really got to love life. I know it's hard for me to say that. I'm not in a great place. I'm trying to love life as much as I can. Thank God I got like my family and my wife and like my everybody and whatever. I'm dealing with really bad. Maybe I'm dying. I don't know. I'm dealing with such a weird stomach thing with my gallbladder. I don't know what's going on. But a lot of people. So you just, yeah, man, hold on to people and make sure you treat people good, man. If you get in a fight, don't leave like that because you never know, bro. Who knows with all the water we've been injected with, all the shit, all the food we're eating, the stuff we've been injected with, what's in the water, just so much shit, bro. You don't know how long you're gonna last. These are celebrities who had like inside knowledge a lot of times to a lot of health things and stuff, and so. Older, at least 70, 80, 90 years old and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of people dropping it. It's crazy how many people drop from 40 to 50. Like freaks me out. I better eat better. Yeah, Chris Christopherson died as well. That's right. Yeah. Boar's Head liverwurst. Yeah, don't be drinking Boar's Head. Don't be eating Boar's Head right now. They had to shut down a whole plant. I don't know if you saw that. I want to thank El Tapo. El Tapo, I think it was. I think it was you, El Tapo. I want to thank El Tapo. The other day, El Tapo made a private donation of like $50 to my PayPal. So I just wanted to say thank you to El Tapo, man. That was nice of you, brother. It was actually for Leah for her birthday. So that was really cool, brother. I put it to use for Leah. And she said thank you. And I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, that was it was El Tapo, I believe. El Tapo. Also, Louis Sardinetta became a $10 patron again. Thank you, sir. And yes, it was El Tapo that dropped that dono. So thank you, bro, on her birthday. That was really cool. And also, just want to go down and thank J Bob C. J Bob C also dropped a $10 on the side private dono. Thank you as well. And much appreciated, brother. Damn Boar's Head. Yeah, Boar's Head is a problem right now. I don't know what to do about our goalie here in Boston. Louis Sardinetta became a $10 patron again. Thank you, Louis Sardinetta, on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. I'm going to have a podcast back up on Patreon soon. I'm going to be pushing that pretty hard, so I hope you look for that and check it out. David says, what's going on with the gallbladder? Oh, I don't know. It's like, a couple of years ago, I started getting ripping pains in that corner after, I ate stuff, and I felt like it had something to do with eating. So, and then like I was like shitting white stool, bro. I was like, my shit was white. And I was like, yo, something's wrong. And I know white shit is not good. So I went to the doctors. I went to the walk-in. And they were like, huh. And they did x-rays on me. And then they did blood work on me. And they were like, yeah, it was my liver was a little bit weird. Just a little bit. Like a little bit high. And they were like, "You've been drinking recently?" And I was like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, you get some higher, like a slight higher reading on the liver, but it's not a crazy deal, but it is a little bit weird. But it's nothing to worry about. It's pretty normal, but it's elevated a little bit." So I'm like, "Okay." And I have a baseline reading of blood tests for like the last 8 years. Every couple of years I get one. So I've got a pretty good baseline of always kind of having that higher liver reading. And actually recently it came down. So actually on that reading, it was down. So I thought that was pretty good. But then they were like, "Okay, so we think it's your gallbladder. So you probably have a gallbladder thing where it's like filling up too much or it's getting blocked or you got gallstones." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then I went and got an ultrasound, but the ultrasound didn't happen until 3 months later or something. It was like October when I got this reading, this told to me, and then I didn't get the ultrasound until January. I think it was. No, it was November, and then I got it done in January. So in January they did the ultrasound, and they were like, "Oh, your liver looks fatty, but there's nothing in your gallbladder." But I'd also started to eat much better because the doctor was like, "Yeah, don't eat more than 50 grams of fat a day and, stick to low-fat meals and you won't have the buildup of gallstones and sludge and stuff like that." And so I did that and actually worked, right? That worked. Whenever I stuck to a good eating habit and good eating, it went away. I had no problems. It was great. For like months, I had 3 months of clear, like great. But over time, I'm really reactionary, and I would get really and as I feel hopeless and depressed, I constantly eat. I'm like eating donuts in the morning. I'm eating chocolate bars. I'm drinking milk. I'm eating cake. I'm eating burgers. Like I'm telling you, it's like I lose all self-control. I'm just like I'm hungry and I'm sad and I'm fucked up in the head and I just start eating. And so then it happens again. And so like I just need to I need to really eat better. And I did it a couple of times already and I don't know, bro. So yeah, that's what's up with my gallbladder. So I don't know. They probably could go in and remove it. That would probably help, but I think that creates all these other problems. So I think if I just eat right, I just eat correctly, they shouldn't have to remove my gallbladder. But obviously if it gets bad or keeps getting worse, I might need to have that happen because it does feel like it's like sometimes it's, oh man, it's going to blow up in there. Like it felt like I had someone's fist. It didn't feel like painful, like I was going to die. But what the fuck did you just send me? Leah just sent me something. It didn't feel like I was being stabbed to death or like I was having a gallbladder attack really, but it felt like somebody had their fist and they just like stick it in my chest and they leave it there and it's uncomfortable and someone's like just like doing this inside of me. It felt like that for 3 days. Like somebody's just kind of going, we're going to stick this in you. Whatever. But yeah. Stress eating. Yeah, probably that. Yeah, bro. I just got to eat better. It just comes down, that starts there. It just starts with fucking eat better. And then, that for the most part. And then and if I'm eating better and I'm eating really good or the right way and I'm eating like 40 grams of fat or less a day and I'm exercising a little bit and it all goes away and never comes back really, and we're good. I can get. But if it's still happening when I'm eating good, then we'll have to get looked at. But it's been bad. It's been like, it's been weird, bro. I've had all kinds of weird stuff going on with that stomach and the gallbladder. It feels like somebody sometimes is like stabbing you in the side a little bit. And then sometimes it's just uncomfortable. It feels weird. It feels like you can't like piss is coming out wrong. It's coming out weird. It's coming out, shit's coming out wrong. Your stomach hurts. Like, it's weird, bro. Like, stuff feels bizarre. It could be stress related too. It all started after Melly died, so I don't know if and I had COVID at the same time too. So I can't tell if COVID caused it or like Melly dying induced it, or if it's just coincidence and it was about to happen anyway. It just so happened that it started 4 weeks after having COVID, and it started, 2 weeks after my dog died. Like, I was destroyed. COVID hurt. Like 4 days of organ pain. It was crazy what happened in COVID. Felt like all my organs were being punched and bruised and destroyed. And, so I don't know if COVID pushed it along or if, like I said, the stress of the dog dying. I was crying every night, shaking and crying and thinking about my dog. And so, maybe that all did it. I don't know. But it could just be that I ate like shit and that did it. Or maybe it all did it. Maybe all of it added up. I don't know. But it definitely happened within the month after I had COVID, between the dog dying and that, is when it all started. So, and it seems to flare up when I'm stressed. So, Vegas, 6-1 Vegas, Welsh. I do not drink soda anymore. I will tell you that right now. Soda is gone. I don't drink coffee with cream or milk or sugar anymore. So when I drink coffee, it's always black. When I don't drink soda, I mostly drink like water, apple juice. Sometimes I'll do like once in a while, I'll do like a sugar-free Red Bull. Tea I'll drink. Rarely will I have milk, but if I am having milk, it's with a dessert, so that's not good. But yeah, for the most part, I've cut out some things that, like I don't have a French vanilla cream and sugar coffee every morning like I used to, because the cream, the French vanilla flavor, the sugar, that stuff, dude, it's crazy what's in a fucking coffee. Go read what's in a fucking coffee. If you order a French vanilla cream and sugar small coffee in the morning, that's like 500 calories or something. Like, it's crazy. It might be worse. And that's just a cup of coffee. So like, I haven't had one of those really. I've had 5 French vanilla coffees like this year. The entire year, 5. But I used to have them like every other morning. Now I just drink black coffee. That's it. Yeah, I don't drink soda. When I taste Pepsi, once in a while again, I will taste like a tiny little an inch of Pepsi in a cup because I'm eating something and I'm like, yeah, I'll have a little soda. I've probably done that 10 times this year. Like this much soda in a cup and drank it with something. That's it. Like almost no soda at all, ever. So I'm pretty much out on soda. And so but again, so when I do that, so that's good, right? Like those are the good things. I eliminated soda. I eliminated, anything in the coffee. It's just black. But what I have upped is, let me have a candy bar. Let me have another candy bar. Let me eat cookies. Let me have some ice cream. So why the fuck am I going through all this craziness to have black coffee and not drink soda, but I'm still eating shit like candy bars and cookies? And it's crazy. So I need to fix that. Doesn't make any sense. The soda's really bad, though, because it's got the... one of the reasons why I cut soda for sure is because of the high fructose corn syrup. It's some of the worst shit for your liver. And because I know that I've got a fatty liver, probably a really fatty liver, and my liver probably took a beating with alcohol back in the day. So I'm trying to help my liver out, but I've got to cut the fat. So I almost think the gallbladder thing happened because my body was like, hey, let's make your gallbladder hurt so you stop eating all this fat shit so that you can save your liver. So I do think it's I just need, I'm going to stop. Like, it's my pledge tonight. I'm pledging tonight that I'm going to go clean again. I'm going to try really hard to go as clean as possible. And I think I did a pretty good job today, although I did eat a little bit of Leah's birthday cake. So that was a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. But I had rice and chicken for lunch. I had a bagel for breakfast. And then I had, what did I eat for dinner? Did I eat dinner? Oh, I had, I really didn't eat. I have not eaten dinner really, but I did have like 4 or 5 mushrooms, and I think I was going to have a salad. So I might not even eat dinner. I might just drink a lot of water and go to bed and let my body catch up a little bit. You know, it's a little fast, like a mini fast. Anyway, Oreos double stuffed vanilla. Yeah, tons of those. Tons of those, bro. So I've got some things done well. I've just got to do a little bit better of a job because I'm fucking 40. And I want, you know, I just gotta chill out on the fats and do some exercising. And then go to the doctor and get some blood levels. Check the blood levels out, make sure everything's all right. I need to get a prostate exam. I need to get blood levels done. It's hard though, man. It's like it's so bad, but it's like I'm like, how do I do all these things when like I need to work, I need to be doing shit, I need to be trying to make money, we're gonna fucking, what if I lose my house or whatever? I gotta work. It's like I don't have time to book time to go to the doctors. And that's how I feel still, but it's like, fuck, god damn it, I'm at the age now where it's like I've got to make all this time to go to the doctor. I've got to do a prostate exam. I've got to have a physical. I've got to have a colonoscopy. You know, I've got to do these things. I've got to do them. I have to figure it out. I've got to do them. But it's like, it's so hard. I don't want to do it. All I can think about is I need to make my career better. So it's like being 40 years old and you don't know who you are. It's like fucking crazy. Like if I was 25 years old, 28 years old, and I became something, it's like then you get to become that forever. I'm a psychologist at 28 years old. You know, okay, I'm a psychologist at 50 years old. Okay, I retire at 60. We're done. You know, or 70 or whatever I want to do. But like, I don't know what I am. I'm a sales guy, I guess. And then I do this show, and it's like, well, what if this show isn't here? You know, how long will this show be here for? I don't know. It's not looking good right now, I'll tell you that. And then on top of that, the sales are up and down, and you never know what's going on. And I'm 40. Can't learn a new thing. I suck at learning shit. So it's like, I don't even want to go to the doctors, but it's like, I don't even know. So it's just stressful. I don't know what to do. And I just think I'll just ignore it. You know, and if I die because of something because I didn't get looked at enough and maybe I missed something and I die, well, at least my family gets life insurance. You know, I've joked about this before. I'm worth more dead, you know, although I'm sure that wouldn't make my family happy that I'm dead, but you know, if I'm dead, you might get a couple $100,000, $300,000, $400,000, whatever. I think it's $300,000. So push me down the stairs, brother. You know, God, this is not real, guys. I'm sorry. I wish for the ladies it was real, but imagine like, oh my God. But you know what? We can stare at it, bro. Look at that. Look at that. A1 says, was I the only one laughing when Austin was talking about his concussions in the Vince documentary? Yeah, well, Austin talked about he doesn't believe in CTE at all. I don't believe in it. Fuck it. I don't know. Austin doesn't believe in CTE, but he does believe in beating a woman. So, you know, doesn't like CTE, but, you know, sometimes a bish needs a slap or two, you know? Bless his heart. Get the best oatmeal cookies at the dollar store. My dollar store near me just shut down the other day. So now I don't have a fucking dollar store anymore. We used to have a Family Dollar up the road that was great. That's gone. Just like GameStop's gone. Best Buy's gone. GameStop's gone. Dollar Tree's gone. Newberry Comics is gone. Fudge. Ugh. It's all gone away, folks.
Cheney trounced Lieberman when they debated, or Kennedy trounced Nixon when they debated, because they were not the stereotypes. Waltz did come across as the substitute teacher, being up against, dealing with the snotty, sharp kid in the class. But Vance didn't just take that stereotype. Vance proved himself to be someone who could moderate his tone, who could be agreeable where necessary. He wasn't the wicked, aggressive stereotype that the mainstream media has made him out to be. So Vance, to me, propelled, as Cheney did and as Kennedy did, I think Vance propelled himself. And believe me, I don't particularly care for 90% of his policies. And I think Governor Waltz is a very, very sweet guy, nice guy, apparently been a good governor and congressman and so forth.
Geraldo Rivera talking about the debate earlier. I was just happy that it was a cordial debate for the most part. Felt like an old debate, you know. I want our kids to start seeing people debating a little more friendly, you know, if that makes any sense. So I appreciate that the two of them kind of, you know, fairly cordial. But, you know, no matter what. They're like a toy for us. All those wrestlers from the Attitude Era have CTE. Well, maybe. Potentially. You know what I mean? No, we don't have a Dollar General, but we have like a different dollar store. You know? Oh, enjoy, brother. Yeah, we didn't really talk about the Carolina situation, the North Carolina situation. I don't even know where Tommy is. I haven't heard from him. I haven't seen him post nothing. I hope Tommy's okay. You know, it'd be nice to hear something from him because I don't know, bro. I have a lot of people that I know that are in North Carolina. One of my friends who lived down the street from me here moved to Carolina, and they were still without power, I think. Nikki T is somewhere down there. Nikki T is said there's no power. She told me that on Facebook. I don't know where Tommy is. I messaged him, and I haven't talked to him in messages in a long time. And so I don't know, man. Hope he's all right. Joe, you had no cream on that cream cheese. A little bit of cream cheese, only a light amount of cream cheese on the bagel with some with salt, and like a very light amount of cream cheese. So it's very low. Tommy's area got hit hard. It did. His area did get hit hard. Like, I don't know, man. He is not. I'm assuming if something terrible or rough were to happen, I would hear from somebody. So, but I have not heard from him. So I don't know. I don't know what's up. Do. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. What's up, John? You wacko. You play whack-a-mole with my mother. Why don't you play whack-a-mole with my mama? Yeah, I haven't seen him post in about a week or so. So he posted a week ago everywhere. He was posting like he always does. But you know. So yeah, a little bit worried about him. Is Bwent safe? Yeah, we don't know about Bwent and where Bwent is. Oh no, Vonik says he's safe. So that's good to know. Let me tell you something, man. I'm coming over your mom's house, and I'm bringing my private parts with me. How about that? Coming over your mom's house, and I'm bringing my private parts with me. You better believe that shit. The women were like a toy for us. Tony Atlas style. So overall, I thought NXT was a 6 out of 10 show, but I didn't watch the shit out of it. Dork Knight's here. Oh my God! Thank God, Dork Knight is alive and he's okay. What up, Dork Knight? Didn't see NXT. How was it? Go see the 4:30 movie. Oh, cool, man. Good to hear. What up, Dork? Love you, brother. Glad you're okay. I was worried about you. I don't know. I didn't pay like hyper focused attention to it, but I thought it was a 6 out of 10 show. You know? So, it was all right. The Carolina Hurricanes, baby. The name is very ironic now. But they know what they were. That's why they called themselves that. They know what's up. Austin don't believe in CTE, but Austin will beat your ass. Nobody was worried about Dork. Well, I was worried about Dork. So, I'm going to tell you that I don't agree. I was worried about Dork. So, I care about people, goddammit, Welsh. I was worried about him. That Nosferatu trailer, has anybody seen that? Bro, the Nosferatu trailer looks fucking awesome. If you have not seen this trailer, dude, I'm telling you, oh my God, is it great. I'm excited to see that movie. It's been a long time since I've been excited to see a movie, especially a horror movie or a scary type of movie. I pretty much never want to see anything like that, but I saw the trailer for Nosferatu the other day, and I went, wow, that looks good. I'm ready to go on that, man. I'm actually think I'm going to see that in the theater. Nosferatu trailer looks great. Great stuff. Spooky season is here. Yeah. I'm excited for hey man, it's spooky season, it's Halloween time. Nosferatu trailer. I love October. Makes me think of the color of the leaves, the harvest, typo negative, you name it. But I think we're going to get out of here. Maybe in a few minutes here. 12:11. Unfortunately, I fucked up my car, and most of the money I made went to fixing it. I have everyone's number. Okay, nice, brother. Oh, shit.
Okay, here we go. Everyone knows I'm out the window. Yep. Yo, motherfucker.
Oh, it's the guy. Oh, my God. It's the guy who gave Leah the present on PayPal. It's El Tapo.
Got no fear. What the time was the time, motherfucker? Time, motherfucker. Put it in a happy rhyme, motherfucker. It's clock o'clock. Bang, bang, tick tock. Fucking suck. Oil shock. 2 on consignment, 1 in stock. What's the time, motherfucker? Said clock o'clock. I said clock o'clock.
New Alien movie was better than I expected.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of what I've been hearing. A lot of people tell me that it sort of just goes to hell. The midway through, it kind of goes to shit and just becomes a schlock. But the first half is pretty cool, but then it goes to schlock. But then overall, it's like all right, it's pretty good. So I don't know what to make of that. So from a lot of the reviewers I trust, they all seemingly are giving it like a 6 out of 10. Like, oh man, it could have been really good, but then not quite. Fuck. You know, so I don't know. I think I probably should give it a watch. I wanted to see it in the theater, and then I saw reviews, and I went, nah, never mind. But maybe I should give it a watch, because some people are saying it's pretty good, and a lot of the reviewers are like, yeah, it is. There's parts of it that are really good, and whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should see it, because I've accepted the new Ghostbusters movies in their own way. You know, I accepted the Star Trek Picard Season 3. And what was the other one that just... Oh, Beetlejuice. I accept that. You know, as like obviously not as great as the original stuff, but nice. Nice enough. So I think it's all right. Give it to me, dog. All right. Thank you, El Tapo. Thank you, brother. And Leah said thank you, El Tapo, because of that $50 private dono. Beetlejuice was good. Yeah, I liked it. Romulus was good. It didn't stick the landing. Yeah, that's kind of what everyone's sort of like. Yeah, the last 30 minutes are like...
Shit bum!
Bought WWE Bad Blood tickets was $500. Ridiculous.
Oh my God. You bought Bad Blood tickets $500. God damn. Fuck that. Then again, some people donate $500 to this show, so what am I supposed to say? Bad Blood. Now you got bad blood. I hope it's good. God. I had to listen to my daughter crying all day today. She's like, are we going to Sabrina Carpenter? I'm like, no. My daughter has no concept of money. She's like, are we going to Sabrina Carpenter? I thought you would get me the tickets. I thought you were going to surprise me. I thought it was going to be magic. Like something like that. I was like, no. They're like $600 to $700 each. She's like, That's not a lot? I'm like, yes, it is.
Shit bum.
Are you on crack?
Cheapest seats are $350 nosebleeds Lowell.
Oh my God. And you're flying? Jesus Christ. Man, give me your life. Switch lives with me. Alex Oli with the $2 super chat party. Thank you, Alex. That's crazy. I don't know. I mean, why are you doing that? I mean, what are you doing? Why do you keep giving these wrestling companies all your money? I don't get it. Like, you go to a lot of shows. But that's great. I don't know how you do that, but that's crazy. Yeah, I'd watch it on stream, yeah. I'd watch it on stream. That's crazy. Well, yeah, at least we get 75 likes, you know? But it is Halloween month. Feels festive and sexy out there. I'm liking it. The pumpkins are out, and you know what happens when the pumpkins come out. You got to drill that hole in the back of the pumpkin and give it a cum pumpkin dumpster. Boy, do I love you guys. I love everybody in the chat. All of you. I want to mate with all of you. You know that? I want to mate with everybody in here.
Shit bum.
Was at Dynamite Grand Slam last Wednesday too. In making 2024 the year of travel cause I'm worried what's gonna happen with the world after the election.
Yeah. Okay. Go all out, baby. Alex Oli traveling the wrestling world, baby. Alex got that big sign too that time. Alex, enjoy it, man. Live life, brother. Have fun. It's pretty ballsy. God damn, man. You live that life, brother. That's fire. Thank you to the Dork Knight, by the way. Dork Knight on his 17 months in a row. Dork Knight, I've known you for 17 months now? Damn, bro. I've known you for almost 17 months, Dork Knight. I mean, I've known you longer than that. Time is flying by, dude. Shit, Dork Knight. 17 months straight as a member. We've known each other. You know, Dork, I watched Picard Season 3 again the other day, and I noticed new things again. And not only did I notice some nuances and things again, but I just thought, man, thank you, Terry Metalis. What a gift that guy gave us. He literally gave us the Star Trek The Next Generation movie, essentially, that we never really got. He basically made The Undiscovered Country for TNG fans. It's arguably one of the best things of TNG's movies, even though it's not a movie. It's like we get to see TNG as a TV series in the 80s and 90s. We get to see TNG as a movie series, and we get to see TNG as a 10-part story. And all of them are a little bit different, but I like them all. You know, the movies weren't as good as the show, and obviously this really wasn't quite as good as the show, but it was really cool, though, to see it done in a modern setting without being the Picard Season 1 and 2 that were terrible. So, I watched it again the other day, man. Thank God for Terry Metalis. And it's heartbreaking that that guy is not going to do more Star Trek, and Star Trek is going to die. That's what it looks like, you know, to me.
Duncachino? Don't mind if I do.
Oh, shit.
What's my name? Duncachino.
Alex Oli.
Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Attended Rumble, got JCS signed second row tempera after. Attended WrestleMania 40, got happy 40th B-Day sign on TV at Message on June 28th.
Right.
Went to SummerSlam. In Grand Slam. Final pull bad blood, thumbs up, JC.
Yeah, baby. Mission accomplished, Alex Oli. And I've got to put together a collage of the signs. You know, I've got a lot of the signs over the years, and yours are on there now too. But I've got to put them together in like a cool collage thing. You know, not, I don't know, it feels like vain to do that or weird. Like, look at my signs. But like, it just feels nice. Like, it's cool. I want people's shit to be recognized for all the hard work of bringing it there and holding it up. And it's pretty cool. Discovery killed Star Trek. Pretty much agree, Dork Knight. Pretty much agree. Data got laid. Captain, I am erect. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to head on out. It's a new month, so we got a new leaderboard. You guys have seen some previous months with 1,500, 2,500, 3,000, 500 people up against it, but it's a new month, and so you got room to join the board. The board holds the top 10 donators, and right now we've got 4: El Tapo, Joe Bishop, Black Queer, and Luis Urdaneta. Doesn't count Super Chats. But there's the board right now, the beginning of the month, starting anew. You don't have to compete with shit bum. Oh, shit.
JD Vance should have said Tim Waltz looks like a Joe Biden failed abortion.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That would have been crazy. I'm glad they were cordial, to be honest, but yeah. Hey, Alex Oli. Thanks for becoming a $5 shit bum. Alex Oli, thank you. Alex Oli, you're the shit, brother. Thank you so much for the donos. But yeah, you can beat these guys. There's no Ghost. There's no Huge Boner. There's no Sith. There's no Welsh. There's no big boys on this list right now, so you can get on this list. If you're out there and you're like, you know what? I think I can get on the top 10 list this month. Well, you can do it. It's the beginning of the month. It's been reset. Joe Bishop in that number 2 spot behind El Tapo. And probably Alex Oli would be number 1 right now, but I guess Super Chats don't count on there. Joe's gonna make like a baby. What? What the fuck? Joe's gonna make like a baby. What the hell does that mean? That sounds fucking terrifying. That sounds terrifying. Anyway, we're out of here. It's October. And when you think October, you think fucking Nosferatu trailer. Looks awesome. Good night, people. See you next time. Good night. She's in love with herself. She likes the dark. And on her milk white neck, the devil's mark. Now it's All Hallows Eve. The moon is full, but will she trick or